Graham, the first 25 minutes of this match was all Moseley, really making our defence work hard, which they did amazingly well actually. But once our first try was scored, there was no stopping us. We came out after the break with renewed energy, and apart from a penalty try sometime into the second half, Moseley didn't really have many answers for the 45 points put upon them by Blackheath in the second half. The final score was Blackheath 55, Moseley 12. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think it's important to remember, first of all, that Moseley's position of 10th in the table at the start of the day really belies their recent form. Moseley had a horrible start to this season. They lost, I think, 9 of their first 11, but recently their form's been as good as Blackheath. I think only 1 defeat in their last 5. So they came here in good form, and of course with the memory of Blackheath's rather dismal performance in the West Midlands back in October, which we shall gloss over for now. At the end of the first quarter, Moseley looked very strong. They're big men, they're big pack, really pummeling Blackheath in defence. Blackheath not getting out of their own half of the field. They thought they'd relieved the pressure, grounding the ball with Chip, a kind bounce really for Blackheath for, I think it was Ed Dunford to ground over the goal line, and they had a chance to clear. But Moseley then countering, and Freddie Painter, their full-back, finding room to squeeze in at the right corner, and you'd have to say deserved 5-0 lead for Moseley at the end of the first quarter. It could have been more, but really I think that must have sucked a lot of the puff out of Moseley's big men, because Blackheath's defence was pretty outstanding really for that opening quarter, and Blackheath then just 9 tries followed. It was one-way traffic all the way. 3 attacks for the remainder of the first half, so 3 Blackheath tries. The first as the club pack drove about 10 metres, and then giving them front foot ball, and Ralph Hollister over the first try. Sam Morley's chip over the defence into the corner, and Tom Hughes, this time he got the ball, fell behind of him, and he dived on the ball for try number 2. And then Morley, absolutely brilliant under the high ball, really brave, taking that on about halfway, making ground, and Hollister again involved. His little diagonal kick sat up nicely for Jake Hennessy, who did the rest over in the left corner, and 15 points to 5 at the interval. Still not a great deal in it, but really then Blackheath just took it away. Ed Scragg was over, with Blackheath broke forward, I think within a minute of the restart. That was offline out, and it was Hollister who had a great game in the centre, offloading for that try. There's how many tries, I have to try and remember them. Hollister involved again. It was actually a turnover ball from James Cornish as Moseley got on the attack, trying to get back into the game, and then from the scrum, Morley's chip collected by Jake Hennessy, who made a lot of ground. Hollister coming into that as well. I think Hughes, I was getting confused at the time trying to do the radio, but it was actually Hughes looked like he was going to score, and then Hollister over. Quite brilliant try, almost going the length of the field. Inevitably Billy Harding had to get in on the act, didn't he? We were all starting to wonder, but he peeled off the maul off line out ball to get his try number 35. Please remember, he has scored in every single 19 games. He has scored in every single game. That itself must be a record of some sort. And then the flow interrupted as a bit of silliness gave Moseley the opportunity, and a penalty try awarded for them in the corner, but then Blackheath running away with it in the end. Archie Holland pinning off after Harding had got to the goal line and set the ruck over under the post or next to the post. Carl McGee diving over, and then Morley capping a brilliant game for him with a great kick, crossfield kick to the corner. Hughes still had a bit of work to do. He didn't collect it at pace, but he collected it standing still, but he still rounded the defence for try number 9. So there were brilliant performances all over the place. I must point out Archie Smeaton, I thought had a great game at number 8, really gave Blackheath front football, made ground, and a fantastic performance. I think you could say that probably the worst performance against Moseley at Bilsley Common, and arguably the best one today here at Well Hall.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Graham. It was a great game indeed. We are at home again next week when we play Rams, and then we're off down to Plymouth to play Albion on the 25th of February. So we shall see you then.
I'm with Seb Sherwood, Blackheath attack coach. today's performance, 9 tries to 2. That's a pretty comprehensive result. But it's fair to say Moseley, after a really poor start to the season, they were in the relegation zone at the end of November. They picked up quite well. They've been good recent form. And 20 minutes in, Blackheath had hardly got out of their own half of the field. Had a bit of luck, bounce of the ball, falling kindly when they hit, and eventually Moseley did get the opening try through in the corner to go 5-0 up. It looked pretty ominous for the casual observer at that stage. What were your thoughts at that point?
I think you've given a really good summary in terms of they probably had the better of that first 20 minutes. And like you say, they've obviously had a big kind of turnaround from that relegation battle early in the season to move into kind of mid-table. So full credit has to go to them in general through the season, but also in that first 20 minutes, they threw everything at us. And we probably were quite fortunate to only be 5-0 down, defended, stoutly, but they deserved to be up at the 20-minute point.
Yeah, they certainly were pounding the defence. They're big units in that pack. Perhaps got a bit worn down by all that effort, but it was Blackheath like a coiled spring, then was suddenly unleashed. And 3 attacks, I think, led to 3 tries before the interval. You must have been pleased with that aspect. And then in the second half, just, we won't say quite carnage, but certainly complete dominance.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like, we knew they'd bring that big physicality battle, so we were looking to match that and obviously go one better there, which I think we probably did for the most part, and then really played off kind of any errors or any sort of opportunities we did get. Again, I think we were quite efficient in terms of our attack today, and any opportunities we got, we did put them to the sword.
Yeah, I think some of those tries were very clinical, really exceptional running from the backs in particular, and they'll pick up the glory. But there was some really good performances, I thought, in the pack, and I know Archie Smeaton singled out getting across the gain line almost every time he got the ball, making ground. What other performances out there do you think shone?
Yeah, I think Archie Smeaton was outstanding, and obviously the kind of shiny stuff that he did, making line breaks, but also the huge amount of unseen work that he does as well was outstanding. I thought the pack on the whole were brilliant. Finn O'Sullivan getting his 25th cap today, tackled unbelievably well. He's a brilliant defender, good attacker as well, but he was brilliant. And then probably in the backs, I thought, Tom Hughes looked dangerous on the wing, and Sam Morley controlled the game as ever from 10 brilliantly. Going
back to the game at Bilsby Common back in October, which was a day that didn't go according to plan, possibly Blackheath's poorest performance of the season, but today the best?
It'd definitely be up there. I think a lot of things that we've been working on came together, and then obviously that mindset of meeting their physicality head on meant that we were in a good spot. So it's nice to see that we progressed as a team from that first performance, because I think Birmingham have as well. So really happy with today's performance.
Okay, well, let's just hope we keep on progressing, keep the pressure on at the top. Great performance today. Thank you very much for your time, Seb.
Thanks, Coxy.